From the biggest mansion in the NFL to a private life you've definitely never seen. This is the insane lifestyle of Matthew Stafford. Hit the intro.
Pass. Got it. Touchdown.
I don't know if I have ever seen anybody be better than Matthew Stafford.
Before we get into his personal life, we gotta start with where this story really begins. Matthew Stafford was born in Tampa, Florida on February 7, 1988. While his father was attending graduate school, the family lived in Georgia before eventually settling in Dallas, Texas, a move that would quietly shape his future. Stafford attended Highland Park High School, one of the most competitive programs in the country, where he shared a campus with future MLB star Clayton Kershaw. As freshman, Kershaw was Stafford's center on the football team, and in the spring, Stafford was Kershaw's catcher on the baseball team. From the start, Stafford wasn't just good. He was dominant. He led Highland Park to a perfect 15-0 season and a Texas State championship, throwing for over 4,000 yards despite missing the first 3 games with a knee injury. And by the time he graduated, Stafford was considered the best quarterback of his class. He ranked as the #1 quarterback in the country, even ahead of Tim Tebow. Before he even started a college game, draft analyst Mel Kiper Jr. made a bold prediction. Matthew Stafford would be the first overall pick in the NFL draft. Now let's briefly go over his early career. Stafford graduated early from high school and enrolled at the University of Georgia. Within months, he was doing something almost unheard of, starting at quarterback as a true freshman in the SEC. By the end of his freshman year, he was upsetting top-ranked teams and winning bowl games. And by his sophomore season, the flashes turned into dominance, leading Georgia to an 11-2 season, a Sugar Bowl win, and a #2 national ranking.
Stafford wants it all. Touchdown on the first play from scrimmage.
Then came 2008. Georgia entered the season ranked #1 in the country, and Stafford delivered his best year yet, throwing for over 3,400 yards and 25 touchdowns, setting school records and cementing himself as the most NFL-ready quarterback in college football. After 3 seasons, the decision was obvious. Stafford declared for the NFL draft. And in 2009, Mel Kiper Jr.'s prediction came true.
With the first pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, Matthew Stafford, quarterback, Georgia.
The Detroit Lions handed a broken franchise to a 21-year-old kid. And now for the clips that turned him into a viral sensation. When Matthew Stafford arrived in Detroit, it wasn't a rebuild. It was a rescue mission. The Detroit Lions were coming off a 0-16 season, and Stafford was named the Week 1 starter.
Looking for Johnson. He's got him inside. Touchdown, Vikings.
During Week 3, he gave Detroit their first win in 644 days.
And this game is over. For the first time since December of 2007, the Detroit Lions can celebrate a victory.
But his real reputation was born in one insane moment. Against the Browns, he went nuclear, 422 yards and 5 touchdowns, then suffered a separated shoulder.
Oh man, Stafford shaken up.
The team doctor told him to stay out. Stafford stepped back on the field anyway and threw the game-winning touchdown as time expired.
Throw. They did it. The Lions came back and did it.
His breakout year came in 2011, throwing for over 5,000 yards and taking Detroit to the playoffs for the first time since 1999. But in 2013, he had the craziest moment of his career. Down by 6, no timeouts, and with the clock ticking, he did the unthinkable.
Reaches over. Touchdown! I'm watching the offensive line of the Detroit Lions. They had no idea Matthew Stafford was doing that.
Matthew Stafford earned the nickname Comeback King, and 2020 cemented it.
Hesitates, throws, touchdown, Lions!
And after 12 seasons of carrying Detroit on his back, Stafford needed a new stage. He was traded to the Los Angeles Rams. When he arrived in LA, everything changed immediately. Stafford earned the first postseason victory after dominating the Cardinals. In the divisional round, Stafford delivered fourth-quarter magic, setting up a game-winning field goal against the defending champion Tampa Bay Bucks. That momentum carried into the NFC Championship. Down 17-7 to the 49ers in the fourth quarter, Stafford calmly led 3 scoring drives, punching the Rams' ticket to the Super Bowl in their own stadium. And in Super Bowl 56, with the Rams trailing late, Stafford delivered again. On the final drive, he hit Cooper Kupp on a no-look throw that froze the defense, then followed it up with a game-winning touchdown, sealing the first Super Bowl ring of his career. In 2023, he helped launch Puka Nacua's breakout. That postseason, Stafford faced his former team,
And Detroit, for the first time in 32 years, have won a playoff game.
and in 2025, he was going viral again with his signature no-look pass.
You're going to get the no-looky right there.
He capped the regular season by winning the MVP award.
Right there with Drake May. Going to be Stafford or May. Head-to-head for MVP. Puka Nacua, and just like that, Los Angeles is on the board.
But what we really want to know is how the dude spends his cash. And trust me when I say, this dude is the real estate king. During his time in Detroit, Stafford lived in the most ridiculous home any NFL quarterback has ever owned. He purchased a lakefront mansion in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, sitting directly on Upper Long Lake for $6.5 million. The estate was fully gated, ultra-private, and sat on over an acre of land, giving him panoramic lake views from nearly every room. Inside, the home spans 7,700 square feet, featuring 5 bedrooms and a massive 2-story foyer wrapped in floor-to-ceiling glass. Out back sat what was the largest infinity edge pool in the entire state of Michigan, overlooking the lake like a resort. The house was also built for competition. It included an indoor half basketball court made with hardwood taken from the Detroit Pistons' old Silverdome floor, turning his basement into a personal arena. For downtime, Stafford had a full game room, a custom bar, and a 625-bottle temperature-controlled wine cellar. The primary suite felt like a 5-star hotel, complete with a marble bathroom, coffee bar, and even a glass elevator connecting all 3 levels of the home. Add in 5 fireplaces, a sauna and steam room, hot and cold plunge pools, and a walkout lower level straight to the backyard, and this wasn't just a house. It was a franchise quarterback compound. And when he moved to LA, he one-upped himself. Stafford quietly purchased not 1, but 2 Hidden Hills estates for $13.5 million, homes previously owned by Drake as part of his famous YOLO compound. Set inside the ultra-exclusive Hidden Hills enclave, the gated property sits on over 1.5 acres, offering the kind of privacy most A-list celebrities demand. The main residence spans 3,600 square feet, featuring 4 bedrooms. A heated pool, pool house, and multiple outdoor lounging areas turn the backyard into a private retreat. There's also an 800 square foot guest house, perfect for visiting family, friends, or teammates. And just when you think Stafford was done upgrading, he quietly pulled off his biggest real estate move yet. In 2023, Matthew Stafford purchased Jennifer Lopez's old property in Hidden Hills for $28 million. This was not just a house. It was a full-scale coastal compound. The home features 9 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms and is 17,000 square feet. Outside, the estate includes a resort-style infinity pool, outdoor kitchen, multiple entertaining terraces, and manicured grounds built for hosting at the highest level. Inside, highlights include a private theater, wine storage, spa-level amenities, and custom finishes throughout. But his favorite place is his fully custom film room. Wall-to-wall screens, pro-grade audio, and a private setup designed specifically for breaking down defenses, turning his house into a full-time NFL command center. He also designed an entire room dedicated solely to his memorabilia, housing career awards, game balls, jerseys, and Super Bowl keepsakes. Basically, a private museum of his NFL journey. But he still wasn't finished. Right next door, Stafford made another calculated move. this time scooping up a Hidden Hills vineyard estate for $10.5 million. The 8-bedroom, 11,000 square foot red brick manor sits on 1.5 acres and comes with its own boutique winery, complete with vineyard rows, tasting spaces, and sweeping city and mountain views. Inside, the estate leans old-world luxury, featuring 5 custom fireplaces, a wood-paneled library, a wine bar built to serve bottles straight from the property, and a grand curved staircase anchoring the 2-story foyer. Outside, it's pure estate living, with a pool, spa, manicured gardens, multiple dining terraces, and additional guest quarters above the garage. And before Detroit, before LA, Stafford locked in his roots where it all began. He bought a $3.85 million mansion in Atlanta, just minutes from the University of Georgia, where he became a star. The 10,000 square foot estate features 8 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, plus a guest house, a resort-style pool and jacuzzi, cabana, private theater, recreation room, and a dedicated wine cellar space. As for his wheels, he's been spotted pulling up in an Infiniti QX60, a low-key luxury SUV that fits a family-first quarterback perfectly. He also rolls around in a fully loaded full-size Range Rover, the flagship luxury SUV in the lineup. And for everyday driving, he picked up a Cadillac Escalade, basically the unofficial vehicle of NFL quarterbacks. But his spending doesn't stop at homes and cars. Open his closet, and the luxury continues. One standout piece is a Patek Philippe Aquanaut valued at $120 grand, a clean, understated watch that signals real wealth. He also owns a stainless steel Rolex Daytona Panda, one of the most coveted watches on earth, setting him back $50 grand. But his most expensive watch is a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711, one of the rarest flexes in the luxury world. As for his favorite piece of jewelry, it's a Super Bowl ring. It features 20 carats of diamonds and opens to reveal SoFi Stadium with a piece of the actual game ball and turf inside. A ring valued at $40 grand and considered the most impressive ring in NFL history. But his biggest flex isn't his cars or his houses. He doesn't go to the gym or meal prep like everyone else. He brings the entire operation to him. A private chef handling every meal, and a personal physical therapist on call inside his own home. All in, he's dropping $5,500 a week just to keep his body dialed in. And now for a peek into his personal life. And trust me, it's not what you think. At the center of it all is his wife, Kelly Stafford. The two met at the University of Georgia, where Matthew was the starting quarterback and Kelly was a cheerleader. They married in 2015, and Kelly has been by his side through every phase of his career. Together, they have 4 daughters. Then came the moment that reshaped everything. In 2019, Kelly revealed she had a brain tumor and underwent surgery while Stafford was still playing for the Lions. The diagnosis forced the family to confront life beyond football and became one of the most emotional chapters of Stafford's career. Now, let's talk about Matthew Stafford's inner circle, cause it's smaller and more interesting than you might expect. One of his closest friendships is with Clayton Kershaw. The two grew up together in Highland Park, Texas, played high school football side by side, and went on to become stars in completely different leagues. But his closest NFL friendship is with Matt Ryan, and it almost never happened. They didn't really connect until the 2015 Pro Bowl, where a week together turned into a full-on bromance. Since then, they've trained together, vacationed together, played competitive golf, and even won back-to-back Church League basketball championships as teammates. Off the field, Stafford and Cooper Kupp's friendship gets downright hilarious. During the offseason, they once ran the scoreboard and stats at their wives' recreational basketball game, fumbling the possession arrow and buzzer so badly it became a straight-up comedy show in the gym. When Stafford isn't under center, golf is his reset. He's a serious golfer, not a celebrity hack, regularly playing competitive rounds in the offseason and using the course as his escape from the NFL grid. He even played some rounds with his good friend Bryson DeChambeau.
Is he actually any good?
Dude, I think he could actually make it in the NFL.
But maybe he should stick to football.
Now it's going to be tough.
And for fun, you'll catch him courtside at a Lakers game. And when you're Stafford, even LeBron takes a moment to come over and say what's up. And when hockey's in season, Stafford has made appearances at Los Angeles Kings games as well, blending in like a fan, not a celebrity. But if there's one sport Stafford shows up for the most, it's baseball. You'll almost always find him front row at Dodgers games, locked in and supporting his longtime friend Clayton Kershaw. He even got to toss the first pitch to him. And now for some moments that caused some waves in his career. During the Rams Super Bowl parade, a photographer was accidentally knocked off a stage, and a clip showing Stafford nearby went viral almost instantly. Online backlash followed, accusing him of not reacting fast enough. But it later came out that Stafford reached out privately and offered to cover medical bills and replace damaged equipment. But the weirdest controversy came 1 year earlier. The moment happened during a Rams 49ers game when Kelly Stafford admitted she threw a pretzel at a 49ers fan after being heckled. The story exploded online, with critics accusing the Staffords of entitlement, while others defended it as a heated fan moment blown out of proportion. His only on-field controversy came back in Detroit. Stafford got caught up in a sideline brawl against the Bears after grabbing cornerback DJ Moore by the helmet during an interception return. The NFL fined him $7,500. Now, at this point, you gotta be getting excited about his career earnings. Over the course of his career, Stafford has signed contracts totaling $408 million. On top of his NFL salary, Stafford has quietly built a strong off-field portfolio. He's signed long-term endorsement deals with Nike, Pepsi, and Little Caesars, earning an additional $4 million a year. When you add it all up, his confirmed net worth sits at $150 million. Thanks for watching.